We try hard to make sure that injuries don't happen, but sometimes they do. And when they do, it's important to immediately report any injury to your supervisor. Even a seemingly minor injury can lead to an infection or more serious complications. When an injury is reported, first aid treatment will be provided. If necessary, professional medical attention will also be provided. Our organization has access to competent emergency care and medical treatment providers. As an employee, you may learn about first aid procedures. You'll find first aid kits and first aid stations located throughout our facilities. Make an effort to find out where first aid supplies are. If someone is injured, you want to be able to help. Our organization also encourages additional training in CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. The ability to administer CPR can mean the difference between life and death to a person whose heart has stopped. When an injury occurs on the job, it's necessary to complete an injury report form and possibly file a claim with our insurance company. You'll be receiving additional information on this. We try to make it as simple as possible. Our organization encourages early return to work following an injury. Consistent with medical evaluation, we want our employees back on the job as soon as possible. We make every effort to accommodate an injured employee's physical capabilities and provide a quick return to the job. Vehicle accidents are the #1 cause of workplace deaths. Vehicle accidents also account for a very high percentage of property casualty claims and workplace injuries. By far, the most common reason for vehicle accidents involves performance failure on the part of the driver. Our organization considers safe driving as a personal responsibility. If you're entrusted with the operation of a vehicle in your job, you have a responsibility to operate that vehicle in a safe and legal manner at all times. Driving records are periodically reviewed. Each time your license is changed, renewed, or updated, you are required to inform your supervisor. A suspended or revoked license will disqualify you from driving on the job. Your daily driving habits will be considered as a part of your job performance evaluation. Always follow the rules of the road and always buckle up. Each time there's an accident investigation is conducted and an accident report is completed. The purpose of the accident investigation is to determine cause, not place blame. This doesn't mean there's no personal accountability. It means that the investigation is fact-based and conducted objectively. The goal is to determine what happened, how it happened, why it happened. By identifying the cause of an accident, it's possible to take proper actions that may prevent future accidents. Employees experiencing minor first aid accidents should report the accident no later than the end of the work shift. Accidents involving medical treatment must be reported to your supervisor immediately. If you're involved in an accident or are a witness to an accident, you are expected to cooperate fully, honestly, and completely in the accident investigation. Employees should also report near-miss accidents. Again, the reason is that we want to prevent a full-blown accident from happening. This is very important because we can use the information from accident reports to develop ways to improve the safety of your workplace. The purpose of OSHA's standard on hazard communication is to reduce workplace illness by encouraging proper practices and precautions when working with chemicals. Most jobs are performed in a work environment that includes the presence of chemicals and materials classified as hazardous, even working in an office. Office cleaning supplies, toners, paints, oils, glues, solvents, pesticides, herbicides are just a few examples of chemicals found in the workplace. A national law called Employee Right to Know gives every employee specific rights regarding knowledge, training, exposure, and refusal to work with hazardous substances. Our organization labels chemical containers and maintains a list of chemicals used. Material Safety Data Sheets, MSDS, contain summaries of chemical hazards, health hazards, proper handling, spill-controlled, and required personal protective equipment. You will receive specific information regarding chemicals associated with your work environment. This information will help you develop an understanding of the physical and health hazards of specific chemicals so that you can always work safely. Today, fire and rescue personnel provide almost 80% of field emergency medical care. These employees routinely confront situations involving exposure to blood and body fluids. So do law enforcement personnel. So do workers at the wastewater treatment plant, where they may be exposed to infectious materials during the treatment process. So do custodial workers and others who might run the risk of an accidental needle stick from hypodermic needles in the trash. Our organization has a program designed to protect employees from unnecessary exposure to infectious materials that may be found in blood and body fluids. These pathogenic bacteria and viruses are carried by bodily fluids and cause serious diseases like hepatitis B and AIDS. The most important prevention concept is to treat all blood and body fluids as if they are infectious and could make you sick. Vaccinations are another preventative measure that the organization provides to all at-risk employees. In addition, the transmission of infectious materials is reduced through engineering and work practice controls and appropriate use of personal protective equipment. When an employee is exposed to blood or body fluids, a confidential process of medical evaluation and testing is implemented. If your job is one that puts you at risk to infectious materials, you'll be receiving the information and training you need to work safely. Well, we've covered a lot of information in this session, and we started it all with a question. Suppose you were hired as the new safety director. Well, in a very real sense, you are. You are the best safety director in the world for your safety. You are responsible for your own safety, and so are we. Congratulations on your new job, and welcome to our organization.